Now on Good Morning Northwest, the surge of federal agents in Minnesota. We are waiting to hear from Border Czar Tom Homan, set to speak this morning about what it'll take to reduce immigration enforcement operations.
And we're getting set for another great February day, but some changes, they're coming soon. What you need to know about that this morning.
Days later, the 12s are still riding high. We'll take you to the Bash welcoming home the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. So glad you're with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Thursday, February 12th. Welcome to it. We got meteorologist Matt Gray back in studio with us this morning, taking a live look at the start to our day. A little bit of fog hanging out.
Yeah, a little bit of fog here this morning, trying to develop in the valley now. As you can see, we're seeing that kind of telltale kind of spreading of the headlights here when we see the limited visibility from that fog. This is on Sullivan Road here this morning, so between there, at least there and about Liberty Lake, you are going to run into a little bit of fog this morning. So, you know, add a few more of those minutes here to your commute. Same goes for folks around Kootenai County into downtown Coeur d'Alene and then up to the interstate. We are seeing some pretty thick fog, and we have throughout the entire morning. Look at these temperatures. Meanwhile, as you head further up 95 towards Hayden, out at the airport, down to 23 degrees. So a bit of a chilly start in northern Kootenai County. Meanwhile, in Spokane, some high cloud cover has moved over a little bit. I think that's helped us avoid a lot of fogginess so far, but wouldn't shock me at all if we did see some more fog development around Spokane County this morning, and we'll see 27 degrees currently here. Other cool spots were 24 in Winthrop. Colville is down to 21 this morning. Bonners Ferry is at 25. Sandpoint is very foggy this morning. We're at 27 there and 31 in Pullman. Take a bit of a zoom out. We can see that cloud cover on our enhanced satellite picture. The colors from the white to the blue to the yellow showing you different heights of clouds and things of that nature. The important thing is where things are actively moving here this morning. So this light cloud cover is going to move overhead, and that'll filter out our sunshine a little bit, so less sunny than the last couple of days. And then you look at this big swirling storm system off the Alaska coast. This is going to be one of a few systems we're going to be tracking that's really going to change up our weather pattern in the days ahead. We'll take a closer look coming up.
We are following some breaking news. 8 people have died this year during ICE operations, and more than 70,000 people now sit inside ICE detention centers, all tied to the Trump administration's Operation Metro Surge plan. This morning, Border Czar Tom Homan steps to the podium to address the outrage. Just last week, Homan announced plans to pull 700 agents out of Minnesota. For months, ICE agents carried out operations across the state, detaining undocumented immigrants. Protests then sparked nationwide, especially after the deadly shooting of Renee Good and Alex Preddy. Community members held vigils for the victims, calling for accountability and justice. Last week, Homan said in part that his goal is to achieve a complete drawdown and end the surge, but that depends on cooperation with ICE officials. Coming up, I'll tell you how our community takes their demands to the streets. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. And protesters gathered outside the ICE office on Washington Street in Spokane for another weekly ICE Out protest yesterday afternoon. The protest was relatively small and didn't require law enforcement presence. But Spokane Police is sending its dialogue team to many of the larger protests that we're seeing around the city. The team focuses on crowd control and making sure protesters exercise their First Amendment rights peacefully.
We want to continue to build our community rapport. We want to know that, or have them know that we're there as a police presence, but we're there to help guide them and be there for them for their event. So it's been great to kind of build those relationships.
SPD says the dialogue team is in regular communication with a dozen groups that organize protests and demonstrations in the city. It hopes the team continues to build trust with the police department. Well, early special election results indicate that a school bond for East Valley is on track to fail.
The $220 million measure needed a supermajority of 60% to pass, but so far only 55% have voted in favor. The majority of the bond would go toward new buildings for the middle school and high school. The current buildings are nearly 60 years old, and administrators say maintenance costs have gotten out of hand. As a result, students are seeing and feeling the consequences every day. The district officials say the likely bond failure is disappointing and that fixing these buildings is only going to get more expensive in the future.
No matter what, inflation is inflation, and so it doesn't get cheaper. And in the meantime, we have to take care of the buildings that we have that again have reached their useful life.
It's been less than 2 days since the initial election results came in, so the district says it's still figuring out the next steps. For now, the plan is to keep working to maintain the buildings it has. East Valley says the loss does come with a glimmer of hope since it got more than 50% voter approval compared to the last bond in 2013, which only had 37%.
Well, we are tracking a few other school district measures in the special elections this morning. The Newport School District is considering a bond and levy. The bond, which would fund building renovations, requires a 60% supermajority, but it's currently failing. 46% of voters rejecting the measure. The levy, meanwhile, would fund school programs like athletics, activities, and classroom technology. This requires a simple majority, and right now it's passing with 56% of the vote.
Now, voters in the Colville School District are considering a replacement levy that would fund extracurriculars like band and choir, while also giving money for classroom materials and building maintenance. That measure is passing with 57% voting to approve it. In the Ephrata School District, it has a $75 million school bond to help rebuild Grant Elementary and Parkway Intermediate schools and partially renovate Ephrata High School by adding classrooms and a new performing arts center. This also needs a 60% majority, super majority, but is falling short with only about 48% approval. For even more election results, you can find this story on kxly.com/forthepeople.
The cost of a pack of cigarettes could soon increase in Washington. State lawmakers are considering raising the tax on cigarettes from about $3 a pack to just more than $5. The additional $2 tax would make Washington's the second most expensive tax in the country. It's just a few cents cheaper than New York. Now, for comparison, Idaho's tax is only 57 cents a pack, which is a challenge for smoke shops in Spokane, given how close we are to the state line.
The original tax hike sent more to Idaho than they did it to everything else. And now they want to up cigarettes again when people are already struggling. It's disheartening.
The money generated from the tax will go to fund a Department of Health emergency system, cancer research, nicotine and tobacco enforcement, and the general fund. The bill still needs to pass the House and Senate, but if approved, it would go into place July 1st.
Power is now restored to about 1,000 customers in the Hangman service area north of Airway Heights. Inland Power and Light reported the outage around 10 o'clock last night. The power company sent crews to investigate overnight, and the estimated restoration time was initially 4 a.m. Power, though, was restored within this last hour.
Good morning. Northwest time right now is 6:08.
All right. Are you okay? We heard you hacking back there.
Matt's recovering.
I'm hacking a little bit.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I am better than I was on Monday. Tried to hide it.
Glad you're coming around, though.
But yes, I am coming around despite the hacking and wheezing you may hear in the background.
Poor Matt.
Or be sounding like Steve Urkel from time to time. Did I do that? Here's your weather. It's coming up.
Well, nearly 1 million fans pack Seattle streets for the Seahawks as they celebrate their Super Bowl championship. I'm sure some of their voices are gone this morning as well. Well, just ahead, how players took the party right to the 12s during the victory parade.
And two different explanations emerged for El Paso's airspace shutdown. The Trump administration blames cartel drones, while sources point to Pentagon laser operations. We have the story right after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Post Falls Volkswagen.
Chocolate fundraiser. With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly. Deposit checks easily and send money quickly. That's convenience from Chase.
Come celebrate Spokane's Lunar New Year and the Year of the Horse at the Convention Center on February 14th. There will be lion dancers, dragon dancers, cultural performances, and activities for the whole family. Also, enjoy free samples of Asian food. The first 500 attendees will receive a swag bag, plus 5,000 red envelopes with over $20,000 worth of prizes will be given away. Spokane's Lunar New Year is organized by Spokane United We Stand.
When it comes to travel, you're a winner. That's why when you sit behind a crying baby, it stops being such a baby. And that's why you rent with National, where you can choose a car and go.
This year, commit to fit and don't wish for it. Work for it.
Whether you're starting from the beginning or just wanting better results, Move Fitness has what you need to get the job done.
People from North Idaho are built for long, snowy winters.
And so are the Subarus they drive.
With symmetrical all-wheel drive, every Subaru handles winter's toughest challenges with ease. No matter how harsh the weather gets, your Subaru stays in control.
Add heated seats and advanced safety features, and you're ready for anything winter brings.
Celebrate the Subaru A Lot to Love event now through March 31st at Parker Subaru in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. The knees, the hips, the lower back especially. If the foot isn't properly aligned, all of these joints are going to function incorrectly. That results in a lot of muscle tension and chronic pain. The right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment, so all the joints up the rest of the body will be aligned properly as well. And when the body's aligned, you're going to feel better and you're not going to have to spend so much time worrying and thinking about your pain.
See if Arch Supports can help you at the Good Feet store.
It's a 4-day price crash today through this Monday at all Cal locations, where they are loading up the lots with hot buys and big markdowns, plus giving you up to 110% trade-in value for your old ride. Today through this Monday at Cal.
Welcome back. It is 6:11. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Yesterday, the FAA announced an unprecedented 10-day airspace shutdown over El Paso, Texas. Then just hours later, rescinded it.
Well, today, new details are emerging about what may have prompted the shutdown. Multiple sources say the Pentagon planned to begin using a high-energy counter-drone laser in the area without consulting the FAA about the risk to civilian flights. The FAA responding by instituting a temporary flight restriction, citing security concerns, which was then lifted after about 8 hours. This comes as the Trump administration has claimed that a Mexican cartel drone crossing into U.S. airspace is what triggered the flight restriction centered on El Paso International Airport.
The FBI continues its extensive search today for missing 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie in the Catalina Mountains foothills. Investigators are combing through brush and roads looking for any evidence. Authorities questioned and released a delivery driver. More than 18,000 tips flooded in since Guthrie vanished 12 days ago, with 4,000 calls coming in after investigators released doorbell video. Ransom notes demanding $6 million in Bitcoin remain unverified with no proof of life.
Senate Majority Leader John Thune says negotiators are making progress on proposed changes to ICE ahead of Friday's deadline to fund the Department of Homeland Security. Democrats have signaled that they will not support the funding measure unless it includes significant changes to immigration enforcement policy. Republicans, meanwhile, are urging President Trump to stand firm against Democrats' DHS demands as the clock ticks towards another shutdown.
Indonesia is making itself a friendlier place for aircraft to land. Officials there are working on a plan to turn toll roads countrywide into emergency runways for fighter jets. Indonesia Air Force's Chief of Staff says he would like to have at least one emergency runway in each of the country's 38 provinces. No timeline for having this work done has been set. Officials say this move will be cost effective and will mark a major milestone for Indonesia's defense system.
Starting now to plan out your day. A little bit of overcast cirrus already working its way over us this morning. So a bit of a milky sky in many places this morning with the sun shining through. Plus we have those areas of patchy fog, mostly in North Idaho and then around Spokane Valley. For this afternoon, continuing to see that filtered sunshine coming through the deck of clouds as we'll stay technically mostly cloudy, just a little more filtered sun. Then for tonight, partial clearing back down to the 20s for one more night.
That is Super Bowl champion and Seahawks wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba celebrating the team's title at Lumen Field. The Hawks held a ceremony with the Lombardi Trophy before taking to the streets of Seattle for a huge parade to celebrate their win with all those 12s.
Champions, world champions.
Blitz was at the parade along with all the players and head coach Mike McDonald. Some players even got out of their buses and celebrated with fans on the streets. How cool. Estimates were that about 1 million fans lined the streets of Seattle for that parade.
Oh my gosh, so many people. Look so much fun and great weather for it too. Well, hey, here's another cool thing Seahawks related. Mattel is celebrating the Seahawks Super Bowl win. You can now pre-order this commemorative Barbie doll, which features Barbie wearing some green pants, a blue Seahawks shirt, and a foam finger, and a Super Bowl 60 visor. Pre-orders end on March 2nd. We have a link on KXLY.com if you want to snag yours.
I should not arm shame Barbie, but her arm was really weird, didn't it? I don't know if you saw. Look over there. It's like so skinny and tiny looking.
Maybe it's just the foam finger so big.
Maybe that's it. Threw it off. It's now 6:15.
Well, shouting matches and personal attacks coming up. Attorney General Pam Bondi's explosive questioning about the Epstein files and how she traded insults and accusations with lawmakers.
First, we need to take a commercial break. As we do, look at this cool shot of that fish sculpture right outside the convention center.
Wow.
Really cool. We hope you're having a great start to your Thursday. We'll be right back.
KXLY Plus is now streaming free over the air on KXLY 4.5. The latest headlines, breaking news, and new original local programs you won't find anywhere else. KXLY Plus, powered by 4 News Now and free over the air. All day, every day on KXLY 4.5.
The President's Day sale is on now at all Walker's Furniture and Mattress stores. And for a limited time, you get a double or triple sales tax discount. It's the perfect time to refresh your space and save big, so you can make the most of your tax refund and find a deal you'll love. Or with no money down, no interest financing until 2031, you can get that new theater sofa, dining set, or bedroom set and pay over time. On now at Walker's.
See the USA in your Chevrolet. America's asking you to call. Drive your Chevrolet through the USA. America's the greatest land of all.
Get 1.9% financing on all 2026 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or get $6,350 total value on this Silverado. Plus $1,000 trade assistance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
After a car wreck, big insurance moves fast to protect themselves, not you. That's why it's critical to call us as soon as possible.
With Craig Swap & Associates, we make sure the process is fair for you.
I knew I really needed help after my accident, so I called Craig Swap & Associates. They not only fought for me, but treated me fairly every step of the way.
The sooner you call us, the faster we can make things right. One call, that's all.
Call the 9s, 509-999-9999.
When you need longer-lasting body pain relief, try Aleve. Just one dose of Aleve provides pain relief for up to 12 hours from all types of body pain. Aleve, longer-lasting body pain relief.
It's more than a ring. It's more than a necklace. It's your life. And it's how you mark your moment. Whether it's a gift for yourself or an engagement ring, the moment needs to be unforgettable. Celebrate the moment. Tracy Jewelers.
At Finley Honda Spokane, we're more than just Spokane's Honda store.
We are your friends and neighbors, which is why we have no gimmicks or add-ons. What you see is what you get.
And this week, during our all-wheel drive sale, we'll give you a sales tax discount up to $2,000 off any new or used all-wheel drive, as well as all HRVs and CRV hybrids that get some of the best gas mileage on the road today. This week at Finley Honda Spokane.
Now you can listen to a podcast version of Nightline, available free wherever you listen.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:19. Well, this morning we're looking at the fallout from an explosive hearing on the Epstein files.
Attorney General Pam Bondi grilled by lawmakers. Now there are new questions about the documents she was holding at the hearing. Here's ABC's Sophie Flay.
Insults.
You're a failed politician.
Accusations.
I believe you just lied under oath.
And fury.
You don't tell me.
Yeah, I did.
A combative hearing before a House committee as Attorney General Pam Bondi took questions about the Justice Department's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files.
I am deeply sorry for what any victim has been through, especially as a result of that monster.
The hearing starting on a somber note, Bondi expressing sorrow for Epstein's victims. But Bondi declined to apologize for the Justice Department's initial failure to redact victims' names from the files.
I'm not going to get in the gutter for her theatrics.
The hearing only becoming more contentious from that point on.
You can let her filibuster all day long, but not on our watch. And I told you about that, Attorney General, before you started.
You don't tell me.
Yeah, I did tell you because we saw what you did in the Senate.
You're a lawyer, not even a lawyer.
Democrats sparring with the Attorney General, some even bringing props.
Trump's name appears more times in the Epstein files than God's name appears in the book about God.
Republican Thomas Massey pressing Bondi on why the DOJ initially redacted the names of some powerful men, including billionaire Les Wexner.
Within 40 minutes, Wexner's name was added back.
Within 40 minutes of me catching you red-handed.
There was one redaction out
Where
of
he's
over
listed as a co-conspirator.
4,700, and we invited you in. This guy has Trump derangement syndrome. He needs to get. You're a failed politician.
Bondi repeatedly referring to a binder with prepared information on some of the committee members.
Bondi argued instead of Epstein, lawmakers should focus on President Trump's successes, including his focus on crime. Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
Well, here's a live look this morning at our beautiful sculpture we have outside of the convention center. The fish looking like it's jumping out of the water there. All lit up this morning, looking very nice.
It sure is, and it's not covered by fog or clouds or anything.
That's so nice.
It is. Isn't that great to see?
It is so nice, yes. Still some fog out there around Coeur d'Alene. Looks like we got some fog in the valley as well, but you know what? It is February, and that is all we have had to talk about is fog. And more fog. And more fog. It's nice to talk about some sunshine, though. Yes,
yeah,
I am.
Let's talk about that.
Yes, I am sick of it. I am sick of it very much. Would like some change. We are going to see some change come up in your forecast. Here's the time lapse yesterday afternoon. You can see some of this high cloud cover. We're going to see a lot more of this today, just largely covering the whole sky instead of parts of it. So you'll still see some sun kind of filtered through, similar to what you just saw there in that time lapse image here. And you can already see some of the cloud cover now appearing here as we get ready for the sun to rise. We are basically right at 7 o'clock this morning, so nice to see that added daylight. We really start to notice it now here in mid-February. So we go through the morning, starting from the 20s, working our way into the 30s. I expect us to warm up pretty quickly here in the late morning hours and then kind of hover in the 40s with that cloud cover, high cloud cover continuing with the sun filtering through. So we'll be pretty similar to yesterday with temperatures, maybe just a degree or 3 cooler thanks to some of that cloud cover there. Otherwise, really looking like another beautiful day overall. Some changes will begin on Friday. I'm not expecting much as far as the daytime hours on Friday, but as we head into the evening, well, you just saw there, now all of a sudden, our radar picture is pretty active. We've got snow up in the Cascades. We've got snow in the Bitterroot Mountains of Idaho into Montana. We have got wet weather, especially around the Palouse region, then down to the Tri-Cities and the Blue Mountains here. And as we progress forward in time into Saturday, you can see that it is rain in the valleys. It is snow in the mountains. I expect our snow level to drop down to about 3,000 feet. So that's right on the edge, example, of 4th of July Pass. So we'll even see just a little bit of snow there, but you're going to have to go higher up for places like Lookout Pass to really see some notable snowfall. Now, it is going to be a little different on Snoqualmie. There will be some notable snow accumulations, even though it's down towards the bottom of the snow level here. As we go into Saturday evening, we start to see all of this kind of slide to the south a little bit. So around north central Idaho, we'll continue to see some mountain snow and some valley rain or mix here as we get up on Sunday morning, and then it'll be a quieter day on Sunday. Here's what we're expecting for Friday, Saturday, Sunday when it comes to snowfall. Most of that will be late Friday through the first half of Saturday. 3 to 6 inches, Snoqualmie, Stevens, and Lookout Pass, and just a little slush up to about a slushy inch for 4th of July. So we're going to have to start to think a little bit about how we are going to be driving right here as we go through the weekend. Valentine's Day coming up here on Saturday. The first half of the day definitely looking a little bit soggy. The tears on Valentine's Day.
It's
not happy for everyone.
Love, happiness, and
snuggling with your sweetie.
The sky is crying.
It's not crying.
I'm just joking. But hey, take a look very quickly here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we get cold enough that we do have a chance for a little bit of rain-snow mix. I'm going to talk about that in the next half hour, so stick with us.
Okay, Matt, thanks.
Jeez. It is now 6:24.
Although the football season just ended, it's never too early to start looking ahead to next season. Coming up after the break, we are looking ahead at the upcoming schedule for the Washington State Cougars in year one of the newly revamped Pac-12. It's coming up right after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The redesigned Tiguan is here, and it's turning heads. Luxury meets functionality with new styling that includes elevated interior design and smarter tech. Take a test drive at Post Falls Volkswagen, home of 0000.
Welcome to Mistaqua Casino Hotel. Discover endless possibilities with our exclusive partnership with 49 Degrees North. Cozy fireplaces, state-of-the-art ski lockers, and views that take your breath away. Book your hotel stay with us and enjoy a delicious dinner, drinks by the fire, and the soothing warmth of the hot tub.
Ski, stay, and play at Mistaqua Casino Hotel. Located north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah.
Thinking of updating my kitchen?
Yeah?
Yes. This year, we are finally updating our kitchen. Doing subway tile and an ivory or eggshell. Cream, maybe bone.
Don't get me started on quartz.
Big island. You ever heard of a waterfall county?
For everyone who talks about doing that
And
thing,
over there,
but never does that thing,
sweet little breakfast nook.
Chase has financial guidance.
See how you can start saving to make this happen.
Really?
Really?
Really.
At home or in person.
You could also check out a Chase Money Skills workshop.
That's guidance from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR on Sierra 1500 models.
ShopDaveSmith.com.
It's the big President's Day sale this week at Quality Spa Spokane at the North Division Y, where we specially priced down all saunas, 2-person hot tubs, and family-style hot tubs, up to 20% off. Plus, this week, there's no sales tax. That's right, we'll give you a discount equal to your sales tax. Or you can take advantage of your long-term financing, so you can sit back and relax in your new hot tub today and pay for it later. This week at Quality Spa Spokane.
Looking for space, style, and serious performance? You'll find it all in the Volkswagen Atlas. 3 rows equals room for everyone. And turbocharged power means this SUV is built for fun. Take a test drive at Post Falls Volkswagen.
Good morning, I'm Mia Green, and welcome into Morning Sports. The NFL season just wrapped up, but before we go without football for a few months, don't fret yet. We still have football news. Yesterday, Washington State just released their schedule for this season. The Cougs will kick things off on September 5th with the Apple Cup, and then it's off to Kansas State for its first ever matchup with the Wildcats. Back to Pullman for 3 straight home games and kicking off Pac-12 play against Fresno State on October 3rd. And October brings road trips to Utah State and Oregon State before Boise State rolls into Giesa Field for what should be another exciting showdown. After a quick trip to San Diego State and a bye week, the Cougs close things out with Colorado State, Texas State, and a final flex game. Head coach Kirby Moore spoke about what he expects out of this year's Cougs.
Yeah, the culture, I mean, we want to make sure guys understand that there's going to be a ton of competition, and it's all about improvement, and everyone, the goal is going to be to reach their personal best, and we got to embrace and be super grateful. You know, the climate in college football is what it is, and we're going to embrace the team for this year.
The Cougs will open up their season with Apple Cup on Saturday, September 5th. Time is to be determined. College football will be back as soon as we know it, just 205 days away from a Coug kickoff. I guess you can say I'm already on a countdown. Thanks for watching Morning Sports. That's a wrap.
I think a lot of us are already looking forward. But Apple Cup first game of the year this year.
So strange.
But I mean, going into the season on a high note, I guess.
I guess, man. Really a lot to work for,
Weird.
You know. An off season.
Yeah.
It is now 6:29.
The state launches a $126 million push to electrify Washington's trucking industry. We'll show you the WAZIP program details coming up right after the break.
Plus, President Trump faces rare Republican revolt as his own party votes against his tariffs. His warning to lawmakers who defy him coming up. the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
It's a 4-day price crash. Today through Monday at both Cal locations in Airway Heights and Coeur d'Alene. As Cal loads up the lots full of hot buys and is offering up to 110% trade-in value for your old ride. Plus delaying all payments until April 1st so you can get a new upgraded vehicle and pay less with incredible financing. Get your new vehicle this week at Cal.
This year, commit to fit and don't wish for it, work for it at Move Fitness.
Whether you're starting from the beginning or just wanting better results, Move Fitness has what you need to get the job done.
At Parker Toyota, we've got an SUV for every lifestyle, from the legendary Land Cruiser to the spacious Highlander and the ever-versatile RAV4. Your next adventure starts here.
And with the largest SUV selection in the Northwest, Parker Toyota has what you're looking for on the lot today. With Toyota's world-class reliability and top-tier value, your SUV isn't just ready for the road, it's ready for the long haul.
See our great selection of SUVs at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
Did you know that you can get up to $300 of additional free furniture with select mattress purchases at all Walker's Furniture and Mattress stores?
Hey, good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning, Northwest. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It's Thursday, February 12th. Let's check in with meteorologist Matt Gray and your first alert forecast.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Tracking some more fog this morning. You can see this is on Sullivan Road here in the valley. So starting to see that fog kind of creep into the Spokane side of the state line here from where it has been pretty foggy all morning around Lake Coeur d'Alene in southern Kootenai County. You can see the big difference here between Spokane and Coeur d'Alene this morning with that fog that has settled in around the lake once again. Mid-20s in Coeur d'Alene right now. We're in the upper 20s around Spokane. You can kind of vaguely see the thin high cloud cover that has moved over. So yes, it will be mostly cloudy today, but you'll see a little bit of sunshine kind of filter through that. Of course, it's going to be harder to filter through the fog early this morning. Some of that early sun from the rising sun. Coeur d'Alene, Sandpoint, and then up into the Northport area. You can see at the top of the screen, all seeing a little bit of fogginess here this morning. So make sure you're slowing down for conditions around Lake Coeur d'Alene, Lake Pend Oreille, and around northern Stevens County. You can see this thin layer of clouds, this high cirrus that's moving in. This is part of the kind of broader change in our weather pattern that we are about to experience. What's going to be a little bit more interesting is what's going to happen with this storm system up by Alaska as it begins to sink to the south here in the coming days. And that is going to bring us some wet weather heading into the weekend. So we'll take a look at your weekend plans and what these changes are going to end up taking form as coming up.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. Well, this morning, a rare rebuke for President Trump from his own party after several House Republicans joined Democrats to vote to terminate his tariffs on Canada.
The measure would end the emergency declaration used to justify those tariffs and could have major implications for trade and consumer costs. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in D.C. with the latest.
On this vote, the yeas are 219 and the nays are 211. The joint resolution is passed.
This morning, a major rebuke of President Trump's trade policy. The GOP-led House passing a resolution to rescind the president's tariffs on Canada. 6 Republicans joining nearly every Democrat to pass the measure, despite Speaker Mike Johnson's effort to block it. Trump warning on social media last night that any Republican in the House or the Senate that votes against tariffs will seriously suffer the consequences come election time, and that includes primaries.
More than 60% of Americans disapprove of these tariffs. They know that the foreign governments don't pay these tariffs. They know that American families do.
Speaker Johnson argued that Congress should not be getting in the way with Trump's tariffs.
The president should be able to conduct his trade policy, which has been very successful.
At the same time, a decision is still pending from the Supreme Court on whether the president has exceeded his authority by using emergency statutory powers to impose wide-ranging tariffs. It comes as a new report from the Nonpartisan Tax Foundation shows that tariffs cost the average American household $1,000 more last year. That number is set to increase to $1,300 this year if all the existing tariffs stay in place. President Trump credits tariffs for bringing in revenue for the federal government. But as we head towards the midterms, the latest polling shows 56% of Americans disapprove of Trump's handling of the economy, while 39% approve. And the bill now heads to the Senate, where it faces an uncertain future. If it passes, the president will likely veto the legislation. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
A Cataldo man on federal probation and registered as a sex offender has been arrested for exposing himself to a minor in Coeur d'Alene. Police arrested 50-year-old Wade Weingart on Wednesday afternoon. Officers say they got a call around 2:30 about a man exposing himself to a girl. Police say he ran after being confronted, but police found and arrested him for indecent exposure. Weingart has already served a 5-year prison term for possession of sexually explicit images of minors.
The sister of one of the University of Idaho murder victims testified in front of lawmakers in Boise to keep photos of victims' bodies from being made public.
When the first scene photos were released, they were everywhere all at once. Within an hour, they were completely unavoidable. I opened my Facebook app not knowing what I was looking at. My stomach sank, my heart rate spiked, and the panic set in. I was the one to call my mom, my dad, and Xana's sister. And all I could say was to stay offline and to not turn the TV on.
Kaylee Gonsalves' sister, Olivia, is working with lawmakers on a bill that, if passed, would prevent the public release of photos of deceased victims, regardless of whether the investigation is active. The images would still be available to the victims' families upon request. The bill cleared committee yesterday and now heads to the full Senate for a vote. Well, Washington is urging truck drivers and companies to switch from diesel-powered vehicles to electric trucks.
The WAZIP program gives those companies money to make the switch. The goal of WAZIP is to reduce the emissions used by diesel-powered vehicles while also providing a discount to customers who are willing to make the switch. The $126 million funding comes from the Climate Commitment Act. Local trucking companies are sharing their thoughts on the incentives.
I don't believe the technology's there yet for the type of trucking we do. Over-the-road trucking, we need a truck that'll go 300-400 miles.
The Department of Transportation has yet to reveal how much businesses purchasing large EV trucks would save or receive by making the switch. The DOT plans to release those numbers in April when the program officially begins.
Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:37.
Let's check in again with Matt talking about what we're seeing out there. Ooh, we got a little fog.
Yeah, just a little. Just a little bit of fog here in Hayden. It's pretty soupy around many parts of Kootenai County, so slow it down here on the Idaho side. Meanwhile,
my
we are here in
goodness.
Spokane. Oh, that is a beautiful looking sunrise happening right now. We're going to see a little sun, but also a few more clouds today ahead of some big changes this weekend in your forecast.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
All month long, find presidential savings on a new 25 Sierra 1500 Elevation. Now just $199 a month lease. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
Howell read it all the way. Howell comes in, snap the shot, and scores! Merrick Howell in his home.
Saturday, February 14th at Numerica Veterans Arena, your Spokane Chiefs play the Wenatchee Wild. Plus, the first 2,000 fans and all Rosar's Hat Trick Club members receive a limited edition Spokane Chiefs Western Conference Championship Trophy piggy bank, courtesy of Numerica Credit Union. And it's a family feast with discounted concession items at select concourse locations. Saturday, February 14th, gates at 5, puck drops at 6:05. Get your tickets at SpokaneChiefs.com.
At Gold Seal Plumbing, we're making it easier than ever to upgrade your home's hot water system with our Water Heater Warehouse Blowout Sale. Right now, save $499 on a new water heater and installation. And ask about a descaler that will prolong the life of your water heater. And with 0% financing for up to 18 months, you can enjoy comfort and efficiency today with payments that fit your budget. Gold Seal Plumbing is family owned and trusted since 1967. So call today. We're on our way.
Here at Colville Toyota, we understand that your time is valuable, and that's why we make it quick and convenient to get your vehicle serviced with our Express Maintenance Center.
With appointments Monday through Friday and now Saturday, we'll get your car's routine services done quickly so you can hit the road with confidence.
Don't drive a Toyota? No problem. We service most makes and models at competitive prices. Call or go to colvilletoyota.com to schedule your service appointment.
Colville Toyota, your small town dealership with a big heart.
After a car wreck, big insurance moves fast to protect themselves, not you.
I called Craigsoft and Associates. They not only fought for me, but treated me fairly every step of the way.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
All month long, find presidential savings up to $9,000 off a new Sierra 2500 HD Denali or 4.9% APR. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
You expect more from local news. 4 News Now delivers. We're doing the work, listening to you, asking questions, and getting the answers you need to help keep your family safe. It's what we mean when we say, expect more on 4 News Now.
We are following some breaking news. Thousands of ICE agents are being pulled out of Minneapolis. Border Czar Tom Homan just announced that the Trump administration's Operation Metro Surge plan is ending. This comes after weeks of protests in the city following the deadly shooting of Renee Good and Alex Preddy. However, there are still debates about the operations, and now that debate hits our streets. Spokane Indivisible plans to take its message straight to I-90, calling this a fight to keep democracy alive. From 3:30 to 4:30 this afternoon, the group will rally on 5 overpasses. You will see them at Sherman, Arthur, Thor, Regal, and Custer. Organizers say they want to push back against federal overreach. Supporters should bring a flag, a sign, or a banner and stand together in support. Drivers on I-90 during that hour should expect heavy traffic. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Time now to plan out your day. The overcast skies moving over. You'll still, though, be able to see the sun through that thin layer of clouds unless you are stuck in one of these big fog banks. It is quite thick if you get into one of these areas of fog this morning. Then most of the cloudy skies continue, but it's going to be more of those high clouds and that filtered sunshine for the second half of the day. Temperatures will be back up into the 40s. And for tonight, we'll see a little bit of partial clearing, and that'll allow us to get cool and frosty again tomorrow morning.
It's now 6:41.
Your favorite beauty products may contain dangerous chemicals. After the break, find out which ingredients to avoid in your bathroom. After the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Our customers love coming to Car Wash Plaza.
The staff here is so friendly.
It's the best in the Northwest.
It's so well lit, and there's security lights everywhere.
The central dog wash is so convenient, no hassle, keeps the dog clean, and keeps my house clean too.
My car is a big investment for me, and so if I want it done right, I take it to Car Wash Plaza for the touchless wash.
Car Wash Plaza. It's the best in the Northwest.
Find a location near you at carwashplaza.com.
Hi, how can I help you guys?
We're here to win.
Oh my gosh!
Is this on your bucket list? Win big at Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel, proud sponsor of Gonzaga basketball.
How would you like one of the best hot tubs made right here in the United States at savings up to 20% off during the President's Day holiday sale? Plus, get a sales tax discount.
Well, right now, you can at Quality Spa Spokane.
See the USA in your Chevrolet. America's asking you to call. Drive your Chevrolet through the USA.
qualified buyers can get 3.9% financing for 60 months on all 2026 Equinox models. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days.
Ron was an active guy.
I'm an outdoorsman.
Until plantar fasciitis pain hit.
My wife said, I'm going to take you to the Good Feet store.
Now?
I can do my happy dance. That's what Good Feet dance.
Come in for your free fitting.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Welcome back. It's now 6:44. Most of us have our favorite brands for beauty products.
But Consumer Reports is now warning everyone to take a closer look at the ingredients in your cosmetics, lotions, and even your hair care products. Kirsten O'Connor explains how to make the switch to safer products.
Shampoos, lotions, makeup. We lather, rub, and apply them on every day without a second thought.
So the cosmetics industry uses thousands of chemicals in the products we put on our bodies every day. And until recently, federal regulations hadn't been meaningfully updated in more than 80 years.
A 2022 law requires cosmetic companies to register their products and ingredients with the FDA. But that doesn't mean those ingredients are thoroughly reviewed for safety before they hit store shelves.
Just by looking at labels, we know that concerning ingredients show up again and again in the products we find in stores.
Consumer Reports says to check ingredient labels for fragrance, which often means a product contains phthalates, and to seek out products that are paraben-free and formaldehyde-free.
These chemicals can cause serious health issues, everything from reproductive harm to an increased risk of cancer.
And then there's PFAS, or forever chemicals. These can show up in waterproof, long-wear makeup, and some have been linked to serious health concerns. And coal tar dyes used in some hair dyes and cosmetics can cause skin reactions and may raise cancer risk with higher occupational exposure. What can you do? Keep it simple. Read labels, choose products that say they're free of these ingredients, and use ingredient checking tools like Clearia or SkinSafe, whose data Consumer Reports currently licenses to compare options. Then swap products, starting with the ones you use most.
Even small changes can lower the levels of some of these chemicals in your body very quickly.
Bottom line, read the label, use the tools available, and replace products gradually, one at a time. Kirsten O'Connor, 4 News Now.
Some good tips there for you.
Oh, wow. Great shot this morning. The Michael Anderson monument there overlooking the Spokane River. Just absolutely gorgeous.
And you can just see the little peeps of pink in the background. We got a gorgeous sunrise happening this morning.
Sure do.
Yeah, we certainly do. If you could see it, because there are some places that are pretty foggy right now where you cannot. So let's show you both. Of course, we have to take you to my favorite sunrise spot.
Oh, yes.
Steptoe Butte here this morning. Look at that. Beautiful. Sunrise is at 6:59. This is our first one.
Yay.
Our first one before 7. You know, until the time switch next month. But,
that's a future us problem,
I know,
Matt.
that is, you're right, Natalie. That's future us problem. Meanwhile, not seeing much sun around Argonne this morning, so throughout the valley, we are seeing that pretty thick fog here. Still, visibility at least decent enough. At least it's better than the visibility in Sandpoint right now. You can't see very far at all, but it's very shallow fog, as you can see the sun already kind of getting up above that fog layer. So I imagine that this will dissipate fairly quickly as we get later on into the morning. And same with the rest of the fog that's sitting around the region, mostly kind of getting closer to, if you're close to a lake, you're probably seeing a little bit of some of that fog this morning. So we're in the mid-40s for this afternoon. That's pretty similar to where we were yesterday, maybe just a degree or 3 cooler, because we will have that thin layer of cirrus clouds moving overhead. Overall, though, I expect it to be a pretty nice day. Most of Friday looking good as well. It will start to get progressively cloudier for the second half of Friday in a more dreary, overcast kind of way. And we'll start to see some mountain showers, including some mountain snow for the Cascades as our weather pattern begins to shift towards a colder and more active pattern coming into the weekend and beyond. Now, I say colder, but we're going to put that in quotes. Yes, it will be colder, but let's not confuse this with a full-on crazy return to winter weather. Yes, we get some much-needed snow in the mountains, and we need it desperately. But for Saturday and for Sunday, I'm expecting just rain for valley and lowland locations, with the snow level sitting around 3,000 foot at lowest. Sunday will be the drier day of the days coming up for this weekend. We have multiple rounds, though, of cold air that are going to be moving in with multiple weather systems. You can see here, once this one passes us on Sunday, you can see that wind flow out of the north And out of the west, it's a good setup for us with these systems dropping down out of there to cool us off a little bit and give us better chances for, at the very least, mountain snow. And yes, we may cool off enough by the time we get into the middle of next week that we're looking at at the very least, a rain-snow mix. In other words, snow in the morning when temperatures are coolest, followed by a mix of rain and then melting during the second half of the day. And that is what I expect from most valley locations. We may get things to stick a little bit with some of these, depending on the timing of some of this wet weather during the middle of next week for valley locations. So that's going to be the big thing we're going to be watching in your forecast. We know the passes are going to get snow in the days ahead, and we know that our skiers are going to be a whole lot happier as we see finally some mountain snow and things starting to stack up positively in that department. As for the afternoons, you can see why we're just forecasting a rain-snow mix. We're still getting into the upper 30s and low 40s, even with that cooler weather next week.
All righty.
Still winter.
Still winter.
Winter for a while.
Winter-ish.
Winter. Although yesterday, didn't quite feel like it.
It's now 10 minutes before the hour.
Your morning sprint is coming up next. Thanks for starting your day with us here on Good Morning Northwest. Another gorgeous view of the sunrise. We'll see you after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Riverview Retirement Community on Upriver Drive.
Why choose between getting things done and doing things with the ones you love? With Fred Meyer same-day pickup and delivery, you can shop the same great prices you'd find in store, and we bring the groceries right to you, so you can catch more family time. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Welcome to Mistaqua Casino Hotel. Discover endless possibilities with our exclusive partnership with 49 Degrees North. Cozy fireplaces, state-of-the-art ski lockers, and views that take your breath away. Book your hotel stay with us and enjoy a delicious dinner, drinks by the fire, and the soothing warmth of the hot tub.
Ski, stay, and play at Mistaqua Casino Hotel. Located north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR on Sierra 1500 models.
ShopDaveSmith.com.
Thanks for helping out today, Davis. Hey, how did you convince Gonzaga this was important enough to send you out?
Oh, easy. I just told him the truth.
Okay, which is what?
That there was a customer without heat.
Oh, okay.
And you had no chance of fixing it without my help.
You just hold the flashlight.
Well, yeah. I doubt you could fix this in the dark.
Really?
Call 208-777-5528 now to schedule your $26 tune-up.
Fred Meyer always gives you more ways to save, like low prices in every aisle. Plus, you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the app and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Discover more ways to save big. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
At 4 News Now, we're part of this community, sharing your stories, listening to your voice, and delivering the news that matters most to you. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Your time is 6:53, and we are ready to get you ready for your Thursday with the morning sprint.
You'll see some high, wispy clouds out there today with plenty of sunshine peeking through. We got meteorologist Matt Gray, and a look at our forecast.
And days later, the 12s are still riding high. We will take you to the Bash, welcoming home your world champ, Seattle Seahawks.
But first, we have Hannah Joy on the latest on the immigration crackdown in Minnesota. Hannah, some breaking news this morning.
Yeah, Natalie, thousands of ICE agents will be pulled out of Minneapolis. Border Czar Tom Homan just announced that the Trump administration's Operation Transportation Metro Surge Plan is ending. This comes after weeks of protests in the city following the deadly shooting of Renee Good and Alex Preddy. Just last week, Homan announced plans to pull 700 agents out of Minnesota. And for months, ICE agents carried out operations across the state, detaining undocumented immigrants, sparking protests that spread nationwide, calling for accountability and justice. For updates on the operation, tune in to Good Morning America.
And protesters gathered outside the ICE office on Washington Street in Spokane for another weekly ICE Out protest yesterday afternoon. The protest was relatively small and didn't require a law enforcement presence. But Spokane police say that they are sending their dialogue teams to much larger protests in the city. That team focuses on crowd control and making sure protesters exercise their First Amendment rights peacefully. It hopes the team continues to build trust with the police department.
We got a few areas of fog out there that may be obscuring what otherwise is a beautiful sunrise across the region. Temperatures well in the 20s. You're going to have to do a little bit of ice scraping again this morning. For your hour-by-hour forecast, I expect us to continue to see high clouds, wispy clouds that will allow a little bit of sunshine through, but overall it'll be just a little less sunny. It'll be a little more muted than the last couple of days. It'll also be a degree or 3 cooler, but still in the 40s.
The FBI continues its extensive search today for missing 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie in the Catalina Mountains foothills in Arizona. Investigators are combing through brush and roads looking for any evidence. Authorities questioned and released a delivery driver earlier this week. More than 18,000 tips flooded in since Guthrie vanished 12 days ago, with 4,000 calls coming in after investigators released this doorbell video. For new details on this investigation, stick around for GMA starting at 7.
Washington is urging truck drivers and companies to switch from diesel-powered vehicles to electric trucks. The WAZIP program gives those companies money to make the switch. The goal of WAZIP is to reduce the emissions used by diesel-powered vehicles while also providing a discount to customers who are willing to make the switch. The Department of Transportation has yet to reveal how much businesses purchasing large EV trucks would save or receive by making the switch.
Early special election results indicate a school bond for East Valley is on track to fail. The $220 million measure needed a supermajority of 60% to pass. So far, only 55% have voted in favor. The majority of the bond would go toward new buildings for the middle school and the high school. So the district says it hasn't figured out its next steps. For now, the plan is to keep working to maintain the buildings as is.
Well, we are tracking a few other school district measures in the special elections this morning. The Newport School District is considering a bond and a levy. The bond, which would fund building renovations, requires a 60% supermajority, but it's currently failing, with 46% of voters rejecting the measure. The levy would fund school programs like athletics, activities, and classroom technology. This requires a simple majority, and right now it's passing with 56% of the vote.
Voters in the Colville School District are considering a replacement levy that would fund extracurriculars and give money for classroom materials and building maintenance. That measure is passing with 57% voting to approve it. The Ephrata School District has a $75 million school bond to help rebuild Grant Elementary and Parkway Intermediate schools and partially renovate Ephrata High School. This also needs a 60% supermajority. It is falling short with only about 48% approval. For even more election results, you can find this story on KXLY.com/forthepeople.
Well, that is Super Bowl champion and Seahawks wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba celebrating the team's title at Lumen Field yesterday. The Hawks held a ceremony with the Lombardi Trophy before taking to the streets of Seattle for a parade to celebrate their win with the 12s.
Champions, world champions.
And of course, Blitz was along for the ride, along with all the players and head coach Mike McDonald. Some players even got out of those buses and celebrated with the fans on the streets. They said 1 million people in attendance.
Incredible.
Wild.
We'll be back with the final check of weather with Matt right after this break.
Howell read it all the way. Howell comes in, snap the shot, and scores! Merrick Howell is home.
Saturday, February 14th at Numerica Veterans Arena, your Spokane Chiefs play the Wenatchee Wild. Plus, the first 2,000 fans and all Rosar's Hat Trick Club members receive a limited edition Spokane Chiefs Western Conference Championship Trophy piggy bank, courtesy of Numerica Credit Union. And it's a family feast with discounted concession items at select concourse locations. Saturday, February 14th, gates at 5, puck drops at 6:05. Get your tickets at SpokaneChiefs.com.
It's a 4-day price crash. Today through this Monday at all Cal locations, where they are loading up the lots with hot buys and big markdowns, plus giving you up to 110% trade-in value for your old ride. Today through this Monday at Cal.
Hi. Hi. Chocolate fundraiser. With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly. Deposit checks easily and send money quickly. That's convenience from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Oh, so much for the beautiful sunrise.
Oh,
huh?
no.
Fog is swept into downtown here this morning, so I guess it's patchy rolling fog to start our day. Well, it's pretty shallow, so it will lift and dissipate pretty quickly, and then we'll see more sunshine filtered through the clouds as we go through your Thursday. So pretty nice day overall. Dry for most of Friday, but a little cloudier, and then we have some wet weather coming in for Saturday, parts of Sunday as well, and a change to a more active and slightly cooler weather pattern next week.
Man, literally just moments ago.
Oh, it's still buried back there. Well, thanks for starting your day with us here on Good Morning Northwest.
Yeah, we'll see you throughout GMA for live local updates.